You have landed in Tanzania, Africa, in the Serengeti Plains near the Grumeti River. During the month of June, the amount of rainfall is up to around 4 centimeters, and the temperature gets to around 21 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It might not rain a lot, but keep in mind that it can get chilly during the nighttime, down to at least 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Each person has their own survival backpack. In that backpack, there is a thick Mexican cobija to stay warm during the night, because even though 57 degrees may not seem cold at first, after a while it can get colder. The backpack will also have a gallon of water which you can drink from, and then reuse the gallon by getting water from the Grumeti River. The backpack will include a life straw so that when you get water from the river, you can purify it. If you don't purify the water, you can catch a disease and die, so it's very important that you purify it. There will also be a first aid kit inside of the backpack, just in case of an emergency, if you cut yourself, bruise yourself, and or burn yourself. You'll also have a Swiss Army knife that can help you sharpen wood when making weapons and other tools. The backpack will include a flashlight and spare batteries to use in the dark. You will also have rope to use when making the frame for your shelter to keep it held together. The backpack will also have a skillet to cook the organisms you kill. Also have bug spray inside the backpack to keep the bugs away, so you don't catch any diseases. You'll also have a compass to know what direction you're walking in, an axe to chop wood to use for your shelter and weapons, gloves to use when grabbing plants because you don't want to grab something with your bare hands because it might cause an allergic reaction or have dangerous spikes. The last thing you'll carry is a magnifying glass to make a fire. The first thing you'll want to do when you get there is build a shelter. You'll want to build your shelter near the river. In order to build it, you'll need to gather twigs. You can find these twigs laying around by the trees. You'll also want to gather rocks. Once you've gathered the twigs and rocks, you'll want to start building the framework of your shelter. This is our framework for the shelter. Here we have our front side, which will represent this part. Then this side is this, and this side would be the other side that is not shown in this drawing. And then for our shelter, we have, this would be the support, what supports it, this part, this twig, that twig, that twig, and then the two twigs at the bottom. So making it a rectangular prism, basically. And all the other branches are going to be connected to it. So all the other, like for this side, the branches would be connected to this branch and to that branch. And same for the other side, it would just be connected to this branch and to the other branch over here. And then for the back side, it would just be horizontal twigs like that connected to this branch to that branch. And then for this part, it would just be smaller twigs connected to this side. And here on the top connected to both sides. And then here we have our opening space so that you can go inside. And whenever you're inside, you'll want to place the rocks so that no animal can get inside. Once inside, you'll want to use elephant dung as a mattress. You can find the elephant dung all over the Serengeti Plain. Outside your shelter, you'll want to start a fire to stay warm. In order to create a fire, you'll need to gather wood using your axe. You'll want to place down the wood that you've gathered. You can use your magnifier now and place it on top of the wood and use the sun's energy to create the fire. Whenever you get hungry, you can eat the okra, horned melon, figs, gingerbread plum, and tamarind. Native animals that you can eat include the ostrich, aardvark, warthog, and shrew elephant. Other organisms that you can eat are termites, crickets, grasshoppers, and mealworms. To capture the animals, you need to create weapons with the wood that you've gathered. You can wheedle some of it using your Swiss knife to create weapons. You can use the sharp weapon to kill the animals. You can also use the axe as a hunting tool. In order to cook the animal's meat, you'll want to put the skillet on top of your fire and put the meat on the skillet and fry it. In order to get the plants, you will need to put the gloves on in order to not catch any diseases. For the horned melon, you'll want to cut it with the Swiss Army knife to eat the insides. Serengeti Plains in Tanzania, Africa. Here we have the sun, which provides the energy to all living organisms. The black arrows represent the energy flow from the sun to the producers. The first row would consist of the producers. The first image shows the baobab tree, the Senegal gum associate tree, the grasses, hornmelon, okra, gingerbread plum, and tamarind. The second and third row represent the primary consumers, which consists of the elephant, zebra, giraffe, wildebeest, grasshopper, crickets, rhinos, aardvark, gazelle, buffalo, and hippo. Then, our fourth row consists of the secondary consumers, which are the ostrich and shrew elephant. The fifth row are our tertiary consumers, which consist of the wild dog, hyena, and warthog. And then the last row are our quaternary consumers, which consist of the lion, cheetah, and humans. The arrows represent the energy flow from one row to another. The blue arrows represent the energy flow from the producers to the primary consumers. And then the red arrows represent the energy flow from the producers to the secondary consumers, or from the primary consumers to the secondary consumers. And then the magenta arrows would represent the energy flow from the primary consumers to the quaternary consumers, or from the producers to the quaternary consumers. And down here we have our decomposers, which consist of the termites and fungi. And this would be our food web for the Serengeti Plains. In the savanna, there are multiple organisms that can pose threats, and some of these being the elephants, lions, cheetahs, and snakes. You should avoid these animals and try not to get close to them at all, because they could cause harm to you and may even kill you. If you see any of these, do not run. Stay calm and slowly back away. Try to move away slowly so they don't notice you or become alarmed. Medical organisms that you can use are the noboi bark for stomachache, frozen chimbos to relieve pain, tenpambasi to wash rashes, and the weedy wurtel in case a snake bites you. Let's say you have just eaten and an hour has passed and your stomach starts hurting really bad. You can use a plant called Nobis bark. You boil it and extract the medicinal liquid properties to treat the stomach ache. If you ever hurt yourself, you can use a plant called rosin jimbos to relieve pain. You need to partially burn the seeds and then ground to make a medicinal substance and apply it to the part in which you feel pain. Tanpin can be used to wash rashes and to treat swelling. You can also apply the plant to the joint to help with rheumatism. The rhizomes of the plant can be eaten to help if you have a toothache. The weedy wurtel can be used if a snake bites you. You will need to use a leaf infusion to make a paste to be used externally to treat sores and heal wounds, like snake bites, or the infusion may also be injected to treat an upset stomach. Problem that you may run to is that where you are laying down, it might get too cold, so you'll want to put a blanket under and stay warm to not get hypothermia. Another problem you may run to is mosquitoes. You want to keep bug repellent with you at all times to spray yourself and spray around so that mosquitoes don't bite you. The Serengeti Plains faces illegal hunting. The elephant's population in the Serengeti Plains is decreasing because humans are illegally poaching them for the ivory that can be found in their tusks. Elephants don't harm their environment at all, so there is no reason to be killing them. In order to avoid this, there will be no killing elephants. There are other animals that you can eat that aren't endangered like the elephants. If the elephants disappear from the Serengeti Plains, this will affect the environment and the food chain, either in a good way or a bad way, but it's better to play it safe. So avoid killing the elephant.